Narcissist wife lying and gaslighting when caught overspending on shopping. Do you ever feel like you're living on a financial roller coaster with your spouse? Does it seem like no matter how carefully you budget together, the money still mysteriously disappears? If you can't get clear answers on where exactly your hard-earned money is going, you may be dealing with a narcissistic financial abuser. In this video, we'll uncover the insidious ways a narcissistic wife lies and gaslights to conceal reckless spending from her husband. When overspending is discovered, she'll go to shocking lengths to avoid taking accountability for betraying shared finances. Through distorted logic, vague statements, and manipulation, she maintains a facade of control and furthers the abuse. If you've decided to stay in the relationship no matter what, it's crucial you work to protect yourself and your finances. Be sure to watch the video.
How to help your narcissistic partner heal and change for a better marriage.
Linked below in description. This video provides guidance on setting boundaries around spending, having constructive money discussions, and getting your narcissistic wife into counseling to address the root causes driving her harmful behaviors. Financial abuse takes a huge toll, but with proper help, some narcissists can gain more self-awareness and curb their damaging tendencies. You deserve to feel safe and respected. With the right tools, you may be able to improve the situation, even when ending the relationship isn't an option. The video below has insightful techniques to try. Stay strong and know you have the power to better your circumstances, with or without her cooperation. Stay tuned as we explore specific conversational examples that shed light on the false narratives and circular arguments narcissistic wives employ around finances. Gaining awareness of these psychological tactics is the first step in protecting yourself from financial infidelity and manipulation in your marriage. You deserve transparency and a truly equal partnership. Let's fight for it.
Withholding financial details is common with narcissistic wife.
When overspending, narcissists give vague details about purchases to continue concealing reckless spending. A narcissistic wife frequently buys expensive gifts for herself. Her husband asks about recent unknown credit charges.
You're hiding more unnecessary purchases on our credit cards again. What could you possibly have spent $500 on this week?
Oh, just a few small things I needed for myself. You don't need to micromanage or know every single thing I buy.
By keeping purchase details vague, the wife hides the full extent of her reckless spending from her husband, while implying his concern is petty micromanaging.
Small things don't cost hundreds in a week. I need you to be transparent and accountable about where our money is going.
If you're just going to interrogate me, I'd rather not discuss my personal purchases at all. I don't have to report every detail to you.
By continuing to withhold specifics on her purchases, the wife stonewalls against any financial accountability and portrays basic budget oversight as inappropriate overreach.
Pretending purchases are shared by narcissist wife.
Narcissists claim their excessive personal purchases are somehow benefiting the relationship to justify overspending. A wife buys $1,000 in clothes and products just for herself behind her husband's back. When he finds out, she claims the purchases were for them.
How could you spend so much without asking me? We're struggling just to afford utilities.
I got some new clothes and products that refresh me. It's rejuvenating for us and our relationship when I feel confident and relaxed.
By acting like her personal purchases somehow benefit the relationship, she portrays reckless spending as an altruistic shared investment versus self-indulgence.
That stuff was just for you, though don't pretend it was for our relationship when we're in dire straits financially.
A happy wife benefits us both. Providing for my basic needs is an investment in our shared well-being.
She continues framing solely self-indulgent purchases as noble rather than admitting financial betrayal.
Exaggerating financial status by narcissistic wife.
Narcissists overstate disposable income to justify reckless spending. A narcissistic wife frequently spends large, undisclosed amounts depleting their account. Her husband questions exceeding their tight budget.
Are you seriously dropping $300 at salons multiple times a week? We don't have that kind of disposable income right now.
It's important that I invest in proper self-care when I'm so stressed. Besides, we can easily cover a few little splurges. We're doing great financially.
By exaggerating their financial means, she implies reckless spending is harmless versus admitting exceeding an agreed-upon budget.
We are absolutely not doing great. We're paycheck to paycheck. Stop pretending we can afford this.
I contribute plenty to our finances. I'm entitled to spend my fair share. If money is tight, that's for you, resolve, and stop blaming me.
She continues distorting their financial scarcity to shirk accountability for overspending, framing it as reasonable self-care.
Calling overspending a need are thoughts of Narcissistic Wife.
Narcissists insist lavish discretionary spending is a legitimate need to avoid responsibility for exceeding budgets. A wife spends thousands from marital funds on expensive shoes and purses she doesn't need. Her husband expresses concern over the mounting credit card charges.
How could you spend $5,000 on designer bags and shoes without discussing it? This is beyond excessive.
I have a psychological need to occasionally treat myself to feel happiness and self-worth. Stop shaming me.
She portrays superficial, excessive purchases as fulfilling a valid emotional need rather than admitting her overspending.
Those were once not actual needs. Let's make a budget focusing first on real shared expenses we can afford.
I decide what qualifies as a legitimate need for me. You don't get to arbitrarily gatekeep that and control my access to joy.
She continues framing any self-indulgent spending as untouchable needs to avoid budgetary accountability.
Spinning overspending as budget savvy stated by Narcissistic Wife.
Narcissists portray financially irresponsible indulgences as wise investments to avoid accountability for exceeding budgets. A wife spends thousands from joint savings on exotic pets. Her husband objects to putting their savings at risk for non-essentials.
You drained our entire emergency fund on exotic birds? That money was for crucial needs, not pets we can't afford.
Investing in unique animals is a savvy financial decision. When times are tight, we can breed them for profit. Don't undermine my budget strategies.
She spends reckless spending as forward-thinking money management versus admitting she depleted their emergency fund on indulgences.
That's not savvy budgeting. It's betrayal of our shared finances. We need that money for basic survival needs, not risky, exotic pet ventures.
I know how to provide for this family through innovative investments. Stop attacking me just because you lack financial vision. I did this for our future.
Despite jeopardizing their security, she maintains the facade of prudent financial planning to justify overspending. I hope these realistic coupled examples help shed light on the false narratives and financial gaslighting tactics narcissistic wives rely on. Now that you're aware of the deflection, vagueness, and distortion narcissists use to obscure overspending, you'll be better prepared to stand your ground in the face of such manipulation. Knowledge is power. When she denies, deflects, and distorts, recognize it for what it is, an attempt to confuse and control. You deserve financial transparency and a truly equal partnership. If you're already on the path of healing, be sure to monitor your self-talk and check out this video.
Recovering from narcissistic trauma. Soothing sleep affirmations for self-care.
The link is in the description below. Also, please like, subscribe, and consider donating if you're able to support these videos exposing covert emotional manipulation around money. Together, we can heal from narcissistic financial trauma and prevent further victims of their financial mind games.